Peace, 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 peace. It's your girl, Sunshine. It is Shine Vibrations. Thank y'all for tuning in. You know, we gets it in every Friday at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard and 6 p.m. Central. Normally, it's my producer Veep with me, but now your girl is in the reins holding it down for herself. So normally I would start the beginning off differently, but because who is on the show tonight, y'all just don't understand about these two here. Um, if y'all notice, every time that I am on the podcast, I have these beautiful adornments, you know, these two, this dynamic duo, this king and queen, they reign supreme. I have to tell y'all that. They are copper vibrations who, before they became, or should I say, manifested into copper vibrations, they were self-published authors first, poets, and they have become a very, very great part of my life. And they are the bomb. And I always believe in sharing, good news, good vibes with folks. Just to give y'all a quick view of who I am speaking of, if these pictures don't tell y'all what black love is, I don't know what other pictures is gonna make y'all believe it. Okay, I mean, let's take it back to a little further. Okay, this is one of my favorites because it's so authentic. It's just chill, laid back mode, and it really shows you we some hustlers, So without further ado, let me just bring them up front so y'all can get to know who I am speaking about. What's up, sis?
What's up, Sunshine?
Peace, peace.
How you doing? Introduce yourself to the people how you would like to be known.
My name is CQ. The stands for Crystal Queen, not Coffee Queen. Crystal Queen. And I'm a crystal educator, but I also love the arts in all of its forms, whether it's spoken word, whether it's storytelling, whether it's movies, whether it's music, just all the arts in all of its form. I'm an appreciator of art. I'm a consumer of art.
And I'm CK, short for Copper King, and I'm a creator. All the things that she named, I wanted to make it all.
Yes, 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 indeed. And just not joking around, but you know how I like to deliver it. Me and sis was messaging each other, and it was about a project that I'm gonna speak on tonight for the first time. Um, but like her word, you know how people say your word is gold. I was like, yo, your word is gold to me, and then I was like, no, wait, it's platinum. Then it was like, nah, your word is vibranium. And if y'all could only understand why I say that, you just gotta visit them. You gotta be around them. You gotta really see all that stuff that we talk about collectively online and in our private spaces on what a true black couple is. That's a dream team that's pulling resources, that's manifesting things, and they are the ones to watch. It's no need to hate because they showing everybody the blueprint, like for real, for real. Like I feel when you look it up on Google, it's their pictures, like hands down. Can't nobody take that from them.
Shay.
Oh, thank
So,
Shay.
thank
oh no, I could talk
you.
about y'all all day long,
We,
but
we,
because I've been there since the beginning. Can we start? Where are you both originally from?
I was born in the Bronx, New York. I grew up here in Greensboro, so I love New York, but I don't claim it. I claim Greensboro, North Carolina. Uh, yeah.
Why do you say you don't claim it? Like, who don't claim it?
It's
Like,
because,
who does that? That's offensive.
I mean, I said I
Don't
love
do
New
it.
York, but too many people go to New York for a summer and then come back and be 100% New Yorkers.
I
They
know what you're talking about,
and
bruh.
they copy the swag, the just all that, and I just
But
want
you were
people to
born there. You have the right to say it.
yeah, but I don't
You don't have the mannerisms, the ways and
yeah, I'm
actions.
not
You got the knowledge,
I
you
love
know.
New Yorkers, but I don't see myself as them. Like when I look at them, when I see the way they dress, the way that they move, the way they talk, I don't see none of that.
I do.
But you
I see
do.
it in you.
I don't see it at all.
That
So
bravado.
yeah, I don't. It's like I don't got that. That's not me. So I just want people to know right off the jump, like I'm not a New Yorker, even though I was born there. And I got love. I got family there.
Hmm.
But when you go back to New York, they let you know quick. You don't sound like you from here. This that.
Hmm. They
So
sure will. Jersey do it too.
yeah. So you
Like
know it.
they try to get me, but they forget that I was raised by people who were originally from the South. So I was already sounding like that a little bit. Like I say, I'm a Jersey girl with Southern qualities. I'll be talking about my
Love
accent. But here, everybody sure lets me know, oh no, we know you not from here. I don't care how long you say you've been here.
right,
Yeah.
right.
So Manye, and where are you from?
I'm from right here, Greensboro, North Carolina. North Carolina down here in the South. I'm a Southern Belle, true and true. If you probably had to look up like what is a Southern woman, that would probably be me. Cooking, love being in the kitchen, love gardening, love conversation. I always got a big smile, ready to,
Yep.
just that Southern energy. So yeah, I'm from here, Greensboro, North Carolina, born and raised.
So before we get into how you guys met, how has poetry affected your lives? Like, how did you even think about writing? What was the catalyst for that?
Well, in marriage, things can get real, real quick. So, most people, everybody has this ideal of what they think marriage is. And we like to describe marriage as like this beautiful, wonderful struggle, right?
We call it a mess.
We call it a mess, a beautiful, wonderful mess. Yeah, that's what it is.
Hmm.
And you have times where you bring out the best in each other, and you have those times where you bring out the worst in each other.
Hmm.
And poetry for us was a way to communicate as creatives. My husband is a better communicator than me. Like, he can be in the moment and he can be level headed. He can communicate, say exactly how he feels. That's that Aquarian can disconnect from the emotional aspect of it, say what they have to say. I am the emotional one, the Cancerian. So when I communicate, is I'm gonna let it all out, whatever it may be.
Hmm.
So he used to like sit us down and like write, our thoughts out, our opinions. If we were at some type of odds at one another, even if it was over a bill, if it was over anything, he would sit us down and be like, look, da 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 da. He would always storytell and spell things out for us. But he made a promise. His brother wrote me a poem before before we was married. I was tutoring his son, and
Okay.
I would go over to the house and I would cook and I would tutor his son, show his mom how different tips on cooking. And his brother, out of the blue, who battles with mental illness, he he wrote a poem for me, and it was like one of the dopest poems I had ever heard. And it was called "I See You Move," and
Okay.
it was just lit. And so, the aquarium was like, hold up.
Showing
I
out.
do a poem every month on our anniversary, every month. And that's what he did. He stayed true to it for about 2 years. And until he felt like it wasn't having an effect anymore, it kind of became use. Like I came like, yeah, you on the 26th, you're gonna write me another poem. But yeah, that's how it started. And then just as a way to communicate back and forth, um, it became a thing between us. So he wrote majority of the poems, and every now and then when I was uh, emotionally blocked or couldn't communicate how I felt, then I would write a poem back to him.
Now that is dope. The fact that y'all find what works and then you apply it. And y'all always make sure to find a balance in everything. A lot of folks be struggling with that one-sided and teetering like this, and it's like it's not working, and the other person know it ain't working, and they just still gonna keep letting it tip until you flip all the way over. and
Right.
and
He used to use this analogy always in the beginning. He was like, your relationship is supposed to be like this. But oftentimes relationships be like this. Like one person's bending over backwards and the other person is leaning on them. Like
hmm
leaning on them. And it lean on you. They're like, how far can I lean on you till you break?
yeah.
Type of ordeal. But they're supposed to grow straight up. So yeah, we try to recognize when one of us is leaning too much and put it back straight.
So there was this particular poem that y'all had, right?
You can remember some of it. Can you remember any of it?
He's like, nah, I'm not even gonna try.
Is
But it's
LV on here? I wish LV was on here. She probably got the book. I didn't think about it. I'm trying to think of who else probably has the book.
Yeah, because Medi was the one that had, and I'm not sure if the one that he had it.
Yeah,
And we didn't put it in every book. We put it only in a few. We
that was raw and real.
I remember y'all reading it to me though, like that was the dopest thing. I was like,
Yeah,
oh, I was
yeah.
like, oh snap.
It was real. It was a way for us to attack each other, but through art, right? So
hmm
it was like I'm gonna let you know how I feel,
yeah, but
and I'm not happy with you.
yeah, it wasn't written for people to see.
No, it wasn't written for people to see, but it ended up.
Yeah, we ended up putting it in the book, but that was after the fact, and then we only I don't think it was in there. It wasn't in every book, and it wasn't it didn't go that far. But what happened was she made me real upset, and she stormed off, and I wrote a like a battle rap, a battle poem, and I sent it to her.
hmm
And I just knew this poem was on in our marriage. It was like,
Yeah.
oh, like it was over.
Oh,
Like,
you came at sis neck.
Yeah, he came at my neck
yeah,
first.
I was done. I was damn near done. Like like it.
I
It was
left.
one of those like marriage is real, and then we was newlyweds. It was in the first year. So this was before a book was being made. Like she said, I was writing her a poem every month. So I
Okay.
was already accustomed to writing her a poem. And this happened outside of that. This wasn't part of the poem every month. This was just so much anger and hurt and upset. Like, man, I just want to curse you out. So I put it in. I wrote it out in words, and I sent it to her.
I'll
Her
never
phone.
forget. I was sitting under a tree too. I was outside. I had walked. I stormed out, so he didn't know where I had went. So I left on foot. So imagine being a newlywed, and your
Mm.
wife is upset, and she leaves out the house, and she leaves on foot, and you don't know where she is.
Yeah.
So I'm like in the cut somewhere where he'll never find me, like in the woods somewhere, leaning up, sitting down in front of the tree, and then my phone goes ding, and I look
remember
at my
the name now that
phone.
we're talking about it.
I look
It's
at
called I'm the King.
yeah, yeah. It's
The
Bro
called
put his foot down and
yeah,
It ended with Bow will become another ex to me.
yeah,
It was
yeah.
it
That's
was
what
it was that real.
Yeah.
But yeah, I
oh.
want to get that so much energy though.
Come in. He just finished it.
Yeah.
Oh.
Perfect timing.
Yeah. Yeah, baby.
See, and this is what I mean. They are business owners. They're
Yeah.
entrepreneurs.
I
Bruh
just
just
made
sat there. Look at that, right on the spot. This is what I'm telling you. Like the talented brother
you
here,
got cake sale, baby.
and they complement each other so well. And they're a lot of folks say that
Just
people in the
strawberry
arts
and chocolate.
can't work, but they're like two examples of it really working. You just have to be willing, and that's in any relationship, whether it's family, whether it's friendships, especially business. And in a marriage, both parties have to be willing to put in the work. It can't be all on one. And it's going to be sometimes things happen, especially with medical issues. So that's when the tables turn. But the love, The bond should be strong enough to be willing to work things out. To find things, how often do y'all think about, well, I don't even see y'all as getting to that point anymore. But how many times have y'all changed trying to figure out ways to, heal through arguments before you decided on poetry? Or was that like, nah, that's what we gonna do?
Uh, we, I, like you said, I'm the communicator, so I try to communicate through every way that just trying to figure it out. Use everything, like you gotta use everything, especially if you're trying to make a relationship work. You don't want
Indeed.
to give up. You don't want to throw it away. You don't want to throw it in. So you use everything, and and marriage is real, and people look up to our marriage. People look up because we've been married only for 8 years, but we made it through, and we worked like side by side. We real
That's
close,
right.
and because we so close, we actually have to work through our issues with each other. So if we upset each other, but there's an order or something that we work together, so we have to work through it. And we use everything. We use our business, we use our life, we use our words, we use, you know, I use the things I create. She used the stars to try to understand me better. She look at my chart. So
Right.
we use everything to keep the love, to keep the marriage, to keep moving forward, to build. Like a lot of people talk about generational wealth. You cannot build generational wealth without a strong family,
That's right.
because it'll be gone if you don't have a structure. After you leave, who's going to carry it on? It's all gone. That's why
That's
Michael
right.
Jackson, everything he did is gone. Uh, Prince, everything he did was gone. Anybody else, like, where's it at? Without a strong structure and family, I'm pretty sure that Jay-Z and Beyonce, once they are gone, they children's gonna carry it on because
Yeah.
they building a structure, and that's what me and my wife is trying to do. So we use everything to
Y'all
make it.
not trying. Y'all did it. I asked your son. I want to say it was the fashion show, the first one. I just looked at him and I said, how you like being born into a legacy? And he said, he stood up real tall and he said, you know what? No one's ever asked me that. I love it. Like, and he just had this big smile on his face, just like you got right now.
He had
And
a
then
swag.
and then I looked at, and then Kay came back in. So I gave her a hug and I asked her the same question, and she said, "Yo, it's dope." She was like I love it. Like, you know what I mean? Like, that is what our kids should be saying about us. You know, they should be living to live like that. You know what I'm saying? Everybody want to be the hustler on the street. It's okay, but it depends on what you choose to hustle.
Yeah, and that's deep because a lot of times the children get to see the dirty laundry. They see the sleepless nights. They see the struggle, and a lot of times they turn into the ones to be like, "I be down. I'm not picking up that," because the way you portray it is too hard.
Hmm.
And for those that's building, you have to give your children the real, but you also can't just give them all the negatives because
That's right. You got to
it,
find balance in that
it
too.
gotta be balanced. Because all of the negatives, they ain't gonna want to pick up nothing. They probably go work for somebody or go, and they'll take a different route because you show them too much of the pain. And life is full of pain, but it's also full of happiness, full of laughter. You gotta, like you said, you gotta have a balance.
Indeed, indeed. So, you and I'm gonna let y'all know this is the most that bro be talking.
Yeah, my wife is handling a sale.
No, but see, and this is the thing. He's gotten to the point, like, he's showing y'all. See, if y'all knew what I knew, like, he wouldn't talk as much. But I just like now when I go around them where they just switch off. Like right now, he's like, I got this. It's nothing, and that's why I can't stop smiling, bro. But this book here,
Uh, Why Am I a Princess?
yeah. What made you write that book? And I love that book.
Uh, I don't know. I knew what I wanted from the book. I wanted it to be a book that when little girls grow up to grown women and somebody asks you, what was your favorite book growing up? I wanted them to say, Why Am I a Princess? And that was my desire. And I went on a campaign looking for artists. And I used to tell the artists, they was like, so what do you want? And I told them, it's only a couple of words in the book, but I needed to be the book that when a little girl turns into a grown woman, I want her to say the magical words. That was my favorite book growing up. And I paid a couple of artists to illustrate it, and they wasn't giving me the imagery that I needed. I paid
Indeed.
a dude. He was an airbrush artist. I ain't gonna say his name, but he's well known, especially back in the day. And his art is great. But he gave me what he gave me didn't fit. I paid a woman that went to school for art. She said she don't like working with black people because we never satisfied. I paid her up front. I was paying her per image, and she was giving me crayon, like a little girl with crayon. The lips wasn't right. It
She
wasn't a
was
book
playing
that you
you.
say,
She was playing you.
yeah, it just wasn't right. So I
Terrible.
I paid her for her work because she was saying, whatever. But it just wasn't right. So I had to move on. And believe it or not, I was in a mall selling, I wrote 5 children books. So I was in a mall selling my other children books. And a white woman came to the table, and she's an artist that she do the cartoons. She's
The
a cartoon,
caricatures type.
huh?
She does like caricatures, all the
Yeah, she was
cartoon
a
arts and stuff.
cartoonist for a living. She
Ooh.
get booked at different places, and she cartoon. She did that full time, and she wanted to do the book. Now I was being an ass at the time because I just went through several people, and this woman is white, and I want a book for black girls to say this is my favorite book of all times.
Hmm.
And but anyway, we gave her a shot, and she gave the first images she gave me was almost there. I gave her some good instructions. I paid her for those images. I've been spending a lot of money on this by now, and I should have, my friends was telling me to give up on it, but I ain't give up. But finally, finally, this white woman, she made the beautiful. She gave me the images that I was looking for, and the book, when I was selling it, when I was promoting it, it was the top selling book I made. It was the book that everybody loved the most. It was a book that got me in schools. I spoke at schools. It was a book
Hmm.
where grown women cried in front of me over it. Uh, a principal cried, and she one of the ones that brought me into school. She ordered like over 500 books. That book is one of the most powerful books I ever wrote.
That's what's up.
Yeah, and it was a
That's
long,
beautiful.
long time coming into creating it. But I do believe little girls will say it when they get older. That Why Am I a Princess book.
Indeed, indeed. So, I couldn't find, like, I literally had yours out, sis. And your nephews, the Royals, always going through my stuff because I was going to hold up your Queen Me book,
Mhm.
because sis got Queen Me not one but two,
Yeah,
or one and two,
we
you
don't want to.
know.
Yeah, I do.
Yeah, I do have a little bit of Queen Bee, but Why My Princess is right here.
Oh, okay.
And I love this book because it's real simple, so much so that I memorized the whole thing. He says, Bedtime Princess, why my princess? All beautiful black girls are princesses. It's your dazzling black hair, your gorgeous brown eyes, your thick, cute nose, your wonderful smile and full lips. From head to toe, it goes into her features. Because you look like Mary who gave birth to Jesus. Because you can produce great men, become a great woman, but most of all, because your mother's a beautiful black queen, and that's why you're a princess. And he's the author.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
that's his queen. Like, like, see, just like that, the stepping in, the trading off, the playing, that part right there. This is, kicking off, a few of the episodes, couples of the arts. So many people say the term struggling artist, you know, and you can't have two struggling artists in a relationship. It's never gonna work. It's not this, it's not that. Like, y'all broke every barrier when it came to those negative moments where people would just be like, "Oh no, I can't do me no actor. No, I can't do no poet. No, I can't do." But here it is.
You have to find a person with vision. I think that's the most important part. And my husband had the vision. I didn't necessarily see it because I was a working woman. I had, for those who don't know, I did 6 years in prison. And when I was released, my whole mentality was, how can I prove that I'm somebody in society? Let me get a professional job with a professional career. Let me work hard and
Hmm.
move up the ranks, because that's what society tells you. You be professional, you get a good job. So I became the operations manager, and I'm managing a $3.9 million budget, 60,000 square foot facility. But I was no longer being fulfilled on the inside. And then I had spirit allowed me to be laid off from that job after 8 years. And
Mm.
shortly after is when I married my husband, and he was like, "You can do this. Like, you can create a product and make a living off of it." And I'm like, but I've seen him and all of his friends, Jack, all of them do this
Shout
already.
out to the brothers.
So I had a good example in all of who were making their own products and living every day, and they were providing for their family, and they were going through the struggle. But you struggle with a job, so what's the difference? um, so I had all of these brothers as inspiration, but then now I have my husband who is looking at me with like this glow and stars in his eyes, like, you can do it. Write your book. I'm gonna show you how to live. And he put his books on the back burner and said, "We're just gonna sell your book. I'm gonna prove to you that we could live off of your product." And for 15 months, we lived off of selling my book alone.
Mm. You see that? I want y'all to see. This is why this is the perfect time. This is also episode 31, right?
Ooh, 31-4. Copper vibrations is a 4 in numerology. It's a strong foundation. It represents security. Yeah, yeah. Creative self expression, leadership, and trailblazing. Yeah.
And then
Mhm.
also, you have understanding and knowledge.
Yep.
And everything that, you know, it's just all in line. Like, this was the perfect time. I believe in divine order. So we
Yeah.
do have our last music artist of the week. This one of the guys I was telling you about. You gonna like this guy, okay? So let's go ahead. It's Yamasani with gratitude. He is so dope.
Okay.
Bet.
Do you know who you are? Do you know where you're from? You are a superstar, don't let them fool you now. Do you know who you are? Do you know where you're from? You are a superstar, don't let them fool you now. Pay homage to the one that never make promise that he can't keep. Praise to you, hands raised to you, I would never lie. No, I lie for safety. Spit aquatic and my logic is a problem for them demons following you can't see. Gentleman, a product of a great G, cause I did my goddess like I'm Shang-Chi. Put a ring, she ain't gotta thank me. Skin brown, so they try to hate me. Menace to society, sire, wait T, cause I got a higher vibing Ray key. In the desert with my lions, all you do is lock us up. I provide the gate key. Strong mind, calm in a long line. Willpower at the height of 8-3. Down 2 when it come down to a clutch verse. I provide a late 3. Hammer MCs, you can't touch this. Like a far out away tree. Real ones I wanna link up and build with you. More than Kyrie calling KD. Learn from Elijah, Malcolm X, Louis Farrakhan, and Muhammad Ali. I remember growing up watching Mammy clean kitchen in a Tom and Jerry scene. Move on the low, make you marvel at my shape shifting like an honorary tree. 3 kings that are raised inside the kingdom. Guess it kinda made me. Praise to the most high, God is great. My response when you compliment me. She the one that gave it to you, better give it up. He the one that gave it to you, better give it up. Show appreciation for you, better live it up. Better give it up, gotta live it up. She the one that gave it to you, better give it up. He the one that gave it to you, better give it up. Show appreciation for you, better live it up. Better give it up, gotta live it up.
Do you know who you are? Do you know where you're from? You are a superstar, don't let them fool you now. Do you know who you are? Do you know where you're from? You are a superstar, don't let them fool you now.
Just trying to spread the good word, cause I heard it through the grapevine. Did you know you come from great minds? Did you know your DNA's 9? Did you know that there's a plan to keep your race locked up like Akon? Did you know your people battled on the stage different than the one from K-Shine? We was in the field, weapons in the shield, never hesitant to ref and it was real. Gave to each other, never had to put it in a fine print section of a wheel. Bathed with each other, close up, soap suds up to the chest, it was a thrill. Stayed with each other, kept you stepping in protection, don't put aggression and we peel.
Do you know who you are? Do you know where you're from? You are a superstar, don't let them fool you now. Do you know who you are? Do you know where you're from? You are a superstar, don't let them fool you now.
She the one that gave it to you, better give it up. He the one that gave it to you, better give it up. Show appreciation for you, better live it up. Better give it up, gotta live it up. She the one that gave it to you, better give it up. He the one that gave it to you, better give it up. Show appreciation for you, better live it up. Better give it up, gotta live it up. She the one that gave it to you, better give it up. Better give it up. Show appreciation for you, better live it up.
All right, that was Yamasani with Gratitude. If you are a spoken word artist, songwriter, or even a stand up comedian, or a, let's see, who else we got out there? Producers as well. You need to get your art out there. How about you link up with blastmusic247.com and fill out a free, that's FREE profile, and let's get your art to the community. That's blastmusic247.com, changing the industry one artist at a time. So I have to also give a shout out. You know, I do this every now and again, sis, to Penny. You know, me and Penny sitting in psychology class. That's how we got cool. And then next thing you know, she found me on Facebook. And after seeing a few things, she said, yo, it came to me now who you remind me of. I need to link you with my peoples. And that's how I came about to know Monye. A friend of mine was introduced to Jamar through another mutual friend, not knowing that we were talking about the same people. And then one day we just pulled up on them. They had the books at, what was we that was at
Haynes
the mall
Mall.
in Winston, right?
Mall, yeah.
Haynes Mall. And they had the books out there, but the books were there and there were 5 pieces of Ankh bracelets. And I had got one of the first 5. And
Rose Court.
yep, the rose quartz. I got the big chunky one sitting over there right now.
That was in the first month of us twisting copper.
Yeah.
And that was 2016, right?
Yeah, it was 2016.
So how does it feel to manifest to where you are now? I remember you said it takes to have someone to have vision, but when you realize where you started to where you're at now, knowing that you still got further to go, but just that stretch right there.
I mean, I think just business, um, family is business and love is law. I love that. Like just having that component of the business, even when we're upset. So say something happens and we're upset tonight, and we still gotta come in tomorrow, and we gotta make it happen. And I think it's a grounding for us. The business aspect of it for us is a grounding
Mm.
aspect of it. The way we feel as far as from then to now, blessed, honored, um, uh, excited about more. excited about growth, but here we are, 50,000 pieces later, um, six,
50,000.
7 books later, and we've been married, what, 8 years or so. Um, and it's been a wild ride, man. It's been a wild ride. I mean, from being on the road, visiting different states and cities, and even being in the struggle at times. I remember riding to an event in Atlanta, not even having no gas money. We just trying to make it to the event because we know if we get to the event, we gonna leave with some bread.
That's right.
So driving on faith. So a lot of this has been faith. It has been belief in one another. It's been belief in ourselves and as individuals first. I think that's the most important part, is that we believe in ourselves as individuals. And then when we come
Mhm.
together, that's crown chakra belief. Like, it's the next level type of belief. That belief in yourself is right here in the solar plexus. But then when you enjoying with another, it's like crown chakra belief. I can do anything. I mean, I feel like I can do anything, go through anything with him at my side, and it just makes me keep going.
So I have a question. When you just said that part there, uh, we see this all the time on social media about this submission thing. But what did you just say right there?
I think with him by my side, I know with him by my side, I can go through anything, any test, any trial. I believe I can do anything. You know how, like, when a child is, and I think that's what they mean by that word submission. You know how when a child has their parent there, so you have the royals. If you're there, if you show up to their school play or you show up to their school, any fear that they had is going to go away because you're right there, like, because they know that you love them, they know that you care about them. So they're willing to step out there the same way in a relationship. I think that's the submission. If my husband is here, if he's by my side, I can do anything. I can do anything. It's a borrowed energy. It's an energy exchange. It's a borrowed energy when I don't have enough, and vice versa. We're exchanging energy.
Can I say something about that?
Sure.
My wife don't submit to me,
That is not
and
true.
and I would like to speak to
She's been, a little do you know, she's been submitting this whole interview.
Men don't understand what submission means. And
Exactly, because they don't, because they're not women. But
them.
I digress. Go ahead, speak, bruh.
She don't gotta submit, bro. She just don't. Submission back in the day was different than this modern day beautiful black woman, and it's just different, man. You shouldn't require submission, and I don't. I try not to. Okay, I'm trying to keep it 100, but I try not to make her submit to me because I know she's not. She's not going to submit. But we have a working relationship that really works. So instead of having her submit to me, we work together, and I'm happy. Like, you gotta find happiness in what you have. My wife been through way too much to submit to anybody, and she wrote a book about her life. Y'all can go find it. It was on Amazon. Queen Me
Sure
by
did.
Monet Essence.
Part 1 and 2.
Yeah, 1 and 2.
but I want to clear the word submit by definition, because I want to put all of this in proper perspective.
Whatever
Go
definition.
ahead, break it down, break it down.
To accept or yield to a force or to an authority or the will of another person, subject to a particular process, treatment, or condition. I have submitted to my husband this entire marriage. And that is the issue that I think a lot of men see in their mind nowadays, because in their mind they have this idea of submission being, you do what I say. Like, you do what I say. I recommend that you do this and you should do it immediately. That's not how submission works. Submission is established through trust. It is established through a period of observation. We're naturally a scientific people. And so we must go through experiment after experiment after experiment after experiment and then gather up the data. And based upon that data, we make a decision. And so I think in this marriage, I didn't immediately. No, you don't get submission just because we're married. It's a submission is established through a period of trust over a period of time. And there's areas where I submit. There's areas where I trust that he's gonna handle it. He got me going. I will submit in areas. There's areas where there still need to be work. The process of success and failure shows that it's not all the way enough for me to trust 100. So I'm not going to do that. But over time,
But I'm not going to do that.
but over time, to who he is as a person, I submit to his will. I wouldn't be sitting here if I was not submitting to his will. We have an extra location that I did not want right now, sitting beside us, makes 3 locations. I submitted to his will. So to say that I don't submit is unfair, but the reality is I submit in areas that have been proven, that I know that I can trust, that I can feel in my gut without a shadow of a doubt that this is going to be the outcome. And that's where I submit.
Oh,
She knows she ain't gonna lose no
see,
sleep.
look. The key word she said was without a shadow of a doubt.
Exactly.
So therefore, she's not submitting. What she's doing is she's doing the math, and she's like allowing or accepting. And to the men out there, this might be better than submission, because when shit hits the fan and it don't go the right way, it's not one person responsible. Back in the day, it used to be all on the man. He had to bring home the bacon. He had to handle all of the bills. The woman looked to the man like God for food, clothing, and shelter. Your lower chakras was fulfilled by a man. Nowadays, women look towards themselves and also the sisterhood for these lower chakras to be secure. And when a man comes into their life, they don't quickly throw away their whole upbringing, throw away all of the stuff they lived through, throw away all the stuff they've been through. It's almost impossible. It's like, imagine a man paying all of the bills, handling everything, and then accepting somebody else to come and take care of them. A real man, even if they get sick. I watched my father, he had a stroke. And half his body wasn't moving like how it used to. This man was an electrician, and on paperwork he was a good electrician. He went back to work to a company that didn't know he was stroke, but he was such a worker, he didn't want to submit to the fact that he couldn't do that work no more. Now, and that's like the modern day beautiful black woman. Y'all been through too much to really submit and allow a man to make the decisions, win or lose. My wife is not going for that. Yes, we work together. Yes, I can make certain decisions just like she makes certain decisions. It's even. It's not one way. And submission, I think, is more one way. If I submitted to her, she'd be the breadwinner and she handling stuff.
If he submitted to me, I'd be over him by now. Because women, we don't
like that.
We don't like that. You know
that gets old fast.
It gets old real fast. We'll start calling you outside your name and all kinds of extra stuff. So we don't require that type. But there is like a script in the Bible that says submit one to another, and everybody skips over that part. But we're supposed to submit to one another at times. You're not supposed to recklessly follow me, and I don't have no data to back it up. I won't even require that of you. I wouldn't require you to trust me to run this company if I've never ran a company before, So it does not make sense to require something of someone without proven track record. And so,
but that's what you call faith. So if you have faith in a person, see, back in the day, the woman had faith in her man. And she submitted because she knew and she believed that he was going to take care of her. Well, data showed in a lot of cases, the man cheated, did this, did that.
You know?
So
Was
a level of
abusive.
faith is no longer there in real life situations. A lot of, we could talk about ancient times and this and that, but in today, the man, especially the black man, but not just black men, in general, we have to rebuild the level of faith that's in us. We have to show and prove more. We have to say being it is. We have to take control of our reality in a way where it's a non-factor. Yeah, I believe it. This is yeah. You say you're gonna do that, then it's done. And but we are at a point where it's not just us have to do everything. The woman is powerful. She say being it is too. She make things happen, and I don't think it should be uh so one-sided no more. I don't want a one-sided relationship. I don't really want all the responsibility. Now, I do want my wife to submit to aspects of, just like I will submit to aspects of her. And I think we both could work on that to submit to each other. But she don't submit.
Yeah, that's room for improvement, and I do submit.
Well, right in there. Okay, so when he went through that, I want y'all to see though. No matter what, look how they love on each other in every picture that they have. Like this is not for play. They not putting on no show. This is real life.
If it was
Okay.
a show, it'd be over by now. The show would be over. Party over, lights out.
So I'm gonna go ahead and spit one real quick before I go into something. Since what we're talking about are like life changes, I was like, oh, I do got a poem that starts off like that. So
Okay.
I'll go ahead and read this one. You know what? I guess I'll put my little background. Look, I'll put my little background music back on a little bit. Even though I think I need something a little grittier, but I love this one. Shout out to Soul Rest, one of the producers. This is one that he did. Life changes are not for the meek. Each new hurdle or obstacle some think are designed to make us weak. Your cipher begins to dwindle. Folks reveal they all about the next swindle. Moving like Jack because you gotta be nimble. These agents, representatives, and shadows are quick to make you the next Vic. Succumb to their tricks, talking and moving real slick. Literally trading tears for fears because everybody wants to rule the world, or at least yours, that is. Roe versus Wade, the start of us being played. Right to complete privacy, will it all soon fade? Are we going to ever feel comfortably safe? Standing tall, shoulders back, chin up, striving to save face, internally battling feelings of disgrace, analyzing how the fuck I end up in this space. Life changes are not for the meek. Each new hurdle or obstacle some think are designed to make us weak. It's to make you dig deep within your energy, traveling through layers of you, recognizably from your sleep. Cerebral cortex is vexed, exhausted from the battle of convincing your thoughts ain't the enemy, it's the enemy wanting to break free from the stifling relationships, suffocating, suppressing everything I was created to be, sabotaging goals and dreams, my future reality. Life changes are not for the meek. Each new hurdle or obstacle some think are designed to make us weak. It's rattling, unbeknownst, complacency. Take it from me. When you get the opportunity, get free. Peace. So,
Lit.
appreciate it. You know, big bruh, big sis is what I affectionately call them. You know, when you hear the elders tell you it's your environment, it's who you keep around you that will determine where you go. They also are the definition of that as well. They are the example. I could personally say they have been a great lesson. Like when they say you can't be around people that choose not to add on, like they add on in different ways, and added on doesn't always mean financially. Just be in the ear, not even knowing. Sis be so in tune, she'll pick up the phone and call you and be like, "Hey, I need to see you," type thing, or "You good?" A message here, there. Bruh got his own way. Just like y'all seen the whole interview, he's sitting there chilling, laid back, or getting them hands working. And wait a minute, how many pieces did you say?
Over 50,000.
And y'all watch this man do that with his hands. And I want y'all to know that's how every piece is created. So not only is he pouring into his wife and giving his wife energy, and the crystals that she handles and she pours back and gives him energy, they combine that power and they sending it all out to you and me. Like, they internationally known. And yeah, everywhere I go, I get people asking me all the time about this bracelet. And bruh, I think I'm gonna need you to rewrap it again.
Can I wrap it again?
No, what's happening is my wrists are smaller now. Like, I keep losing it. And they're already like this, and you see it keeps twisting. And I know how I can't be around you with it looking like that, because that's how the last one got fixed. She was like, I'm tired of this thing twisting.
I found 2 poems in the Moon Love book.
Okay. You need me to turn this music down?
This was mine to him, and please don't nobody judge me. This is what, like, when they say a rapper gets started, they be on the bubblegum rap. This is me. Writing like one of my first ever poems. So it's a little bubblegum, but the words got so much feeling in them, okay? I never thought I would actually find my king. I never knew I could look at someone to unite and he becomes my everything. What happened to me? I had so many walls and so many barriers. My defenses were on point. I could size up any measure. As I laid on my bed looking up into your eyes, right there in that moment, I knew I had a prize, a husband, a lover, father, and best friend. Someone who would live for me and die for me until the very end. How could I not surrender and let you all the way in? At times when I'm weak, I play that moment in my mind again. This is a bond from which I'll never run. You give me life, applauding me, encouraging me that I'm that one. My husband, my lover, my king, my best friend. If I died tonight, I will rise and love you all over again.
Hey, go ahead, look, go ahead, bruh. Go ahead, bruh. Dang, bruh, you had to do it like that.
What you want to do? My queen is the queen.
That is dope. Like, that's dope.
Queen.
You don't know the poem?
Look, that's what I was saying. It's on your Instagram page, bruh. You took a picture of it. I saw it today.
Well, she could read it.
You did look, and Manye, when you brought that poem up, he did the same thing then. He said, "Oh, my wife can read it." No, you gotta read it. Let him get his coordination together. You know what I'm saying?
I have one that's not finished. I'd rather say that one.
Okay.
So it's short.
It better not be no haiku, bro. We not doing that.
It's short, powerful. Thoughts is drastic. I just don't want to live with you. I want to die with you and share the same casket. Let's not just lay together. Let's decay together. When I say forever, I really mean forever. Forever, ever, ever, ever. So never, ever, ever, ever leave me.
Oh, okay, bro. Okay. I give you that one. But he always back out of reading that poem, man. That's the third time, bro.
Back out of reading that poem.
That's the third time,
It's my favorite poem, too. It is my favorite one. It's like, how you gonna back out of reading that one?
So, sis, you gonna read it?
Yes, I read it. My queen is the queen of queens. The definite article. It should be unlawful to see her as equal. Come humble when you speak to the Queen of Queens. Let me tell you what I seen. Her make queens, her give out crowns, her sit tyrants down. All fear her wrath, plus pray for her present. She can raise a peasant and spoil them with her presence, or take a bath in their blood. I know it sounds bug, but true queens can bring a sword or a hug. Power is a drug, and she's not conflicted. It's like she's not addicted. She moves as if it was scripted. She is lifted above all. She is the queen of queens, and that's all.
Hey, and you know what's so bad, sis? He over there sinking
I
over
know.
there.
know it. I know the majority of it. There's a couple of words out.
But I get it though. It's because you know
Yeah,
what?
I ain't ready
You
to
can't
on it.
see it, sis. But while you're reading, he is so like 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 I get it, bruh. I don't look. I'm not clowning, but what I mean is like I get it. I understand. When sis is reading your words, you like how it brings life to her while she's giving life to who's listening. I see that in you when you look at her when she reads your words. So I get it. I
Yeah,
definitely get it.
it's also these poems. Like I said, it wasn't written for y'all to hear it. So it wasn't written to be put out. It was written,
That's how things go.
and I could remember the circumstances and what was going on in that particular poem, as
Mm-hmm.
well as some of the other ones. And that's why I be like, it's all good.
I
Mm.
want to know what was
Peace,
going on.
peace, Shell. We got Shell. We got Sharita. We
Peace,
got my
peace,
bro boss in here. They all said peace, snap,
peace,
snap. All right.
See, that poem was written when she was around a bunch of other women, and the energy of it. What I was trying to communicate is you above all evil.
Uh-huh.
And you
Mm-hmm.
need to set some of them down, or you need to,
Yup.
you could bring a sword or a hug. I know it sounds bug, but like I wanted her to know, because in the beginning of our marriage, I really was working on building her up so she could
Mm-hmm.
be the crystal queen that she is. That's
That's
why her
right.
book is called Queen Me. It's like the whole theme and everything that was wrapped in the way I was pouring into it. But it's like those poems is back in 2015.
15. Yeah.
That's what it predates Copper
8 years
Vibrations.
ago.
It
Yeah.
does.
Yeah,
It
and it's
definitely
like
does.
what the all that. Yeah.
Well, they ain't said nothing yet, but I also snagged this too. Y'all not gonna tell them y'all got an app though? Y'all not gonna tell them y'all got a whole app?
Yes.
I'm just
Yeah.
saying.
So the app is in the App Store as well as in the Google Play Store. It's Copper Vibrations. Our name is Copper Vibrations on everything in the app. You can casually shop. You can also click on the different pieces and see the meanings of different stones. So if you're interested and don't know really what stone you want to choose, you click on the piece. There's the meaning of the stone up under it. Sometimes there's live videos in the app. I need to get more about putting better videos, but I'm more passionate. And just to say this before we leave, my mission, my mission is help people answer the fundamental question: Who am I, and why am I here? How should I eat? Not that I need to be vegan because everybody else is vegan. Not that I need to be pescatarian because everybody else is pescatarian. What food resonates with my design? We all came here with a specific design. And that same goes for our environment, the music we listen to, the people we're around, how we study, how we take in information and learn information. We have to stop this carbon copy or feeling like something is wrong with us because we're not doing it the way everyone else is doing it. And so my goal and mission in this life, I was powered with this throat chakra to encourage you to live your life according to your design.
And see, this is what I be talking about when me and sis be in tune, because I ain't even get the chance to ask her because she just already said it, because that was the next thing I was gonna ask. But she already gave it up to us. And also about environment, keeping the right sisters around you. You know what I'm saying? Monye just fit right in. I will never forget when my sisters came down when I was graduating, and my older sister already knew that they was gonna meet regardless. She said, cause she said she could feel your energy every time I went back to Jersey.
Wow.
So she was like,
Wow.
I know you good down there. Like literally the last time like we had a like a heart to heart was like our first moment where the big sister is braiding the little sister's hair. She was braiding my locks up for me for my cousin's wedding, and she was like, Dag, I wish Nene was here, because I said, nah, for some reason I want you to do my hair. And I sat down, and she literally was telling me her end of life plans, and then she went back to when I graduated, and she was talking about how we was all sitting around, how it felt like we was all meant to be like that. And then later you told me it felt like you had additional sisters. You liked the way that the bond that we had and the love and how we welcomed you. Uncle Mike done already claimed you as his other niece. Like, you know what I'm saying? And she said it was very reflective when with my sons, with the speech and the IEPs. We was like y'all were tag teaming and didn't even know it. You know what I'm saying? Just
Yeah.
as much as she was pouring into me, you was pouring, and y'all were balanced. So, and it made things make better sense when people was trying to make me do elsewise. Like, let me tell you something, sis don't be playing, especially not about any child, but not my boys either. Because she said, look, if you need to call me, I'll take a break and I'll put me on speakerphone in that IEP. I ain't playing, because they not going to be doing it like this. Like they believe in sharing information that's going to be beneficial. It's too many of us that done made it somewhere or learned something, and we choose to hoard it and not give it and pass it along to someone who could really benefit from that. And it's dope to finally, be around people and connected with people who are like that. And that's how things start to manifest as a whole and individually, which, sis and a few others been on my neck. So I am still working on um my poetry book, but that did get pushed back because I have to work on an EP now first. And more importantly, my sons. We
Yay!
we did a book together, and the first person I shared it with was sis, and she loved it. I appreciate y'all. This is I Can Do Anything. This my sons right there, Isham, Elisha, dubbed them the Royal Sons.
I love it.
Um, Shout out to Tayon, a fellow
Hey,
poet
y'all.
partner, and just so happened to be like I saw he gave Sharita and Jose a gift for their wedding, and I said I had so much on my plate, and I kept having visions of people like just find someone. But unlike bruh, I didn't have that issue. When Tayon
Congrats.
sent me that cover last night, I literally had almost like cried,
Wow.
because this whole process, and I understand what you mean, bruh, because I literally had to feel comfortable because I do dibble with drawing. And it was my goal to do everything. But I listened to sis. She said, when you feel that things that you can do, you become overwhelmed, that means you need to enlist someone to help you. Don't have such an ego where you can't ask for help, because it might be somebody designed sitting right there waiting for you to ask them.
That part.
That
And
fire too.
Tayon didn't
Fire.
even know.
The
He
cover is
didn't
fire.
even know
He
that
did
I
his
was
thing with
writing a
that.
book. Huh?
Tayon, Tayon did his thing with that. That cover's fire.
Yeah.
Yeah, like he didn't even
That
know
was
I was even writing a children's book. Literally, when I saw it, I hit him up and I said, Yo, he said, well, send it to me. I said, here's the voice record of the book. He said, oh, I love it. Yes, I'll do it. And when I say, I literally told him, bruh, do what you do. He was like, I said, you've been around me enough. You know what my boys are. You know how I am. Just do what you do. Don't I tell you the same thing, bro? When you make me stuff, just do what you do. I don't care. Like, cause I trust. There we go. I trust the
Mhm.
energy. I've
Mhm.
already seen what you produce, and a lot of times, those of us that have vision,
Based upon facts,
look,
based
look,
on what you
and
know about him, you submit to the
and
process.
and not only that, because remember, bruh wouldn't even do butterflies until I requested it.
Mm-hmm. He
And the
hates.
first thing he told me was, I don't think I could do. Yes, you can. I know, bruh. If
He like,
all
I
this
don't want
you
to do
doing,
that. He said,
I'm
I
like,
don't
I know. And that's always
want
the thing with him.
Only
It's like
work
you
king.
done already showed so much that we know what you
to.
can do. But when you pair that with someone that has vision, I trusted. I said, you know what? Something is telling me you got this. All I want is for you to take in what you heard and draw from there. And literally every picture throughout this book is every picture that I had that I was creating to draw myself. Every single thing he did. So it was almost like whatever energy that I had for the book, it was sitting there guiding him along the way.
Ashe.
And he just was like, "Is there anything you want me to change?" I said, "No, I'm trying to find some tissue because I'm sitting here crying."
Yeah, and it was fun because he would come here periodically and be like, I'm stuck on these colors. And I'd be like, that color. Do that. No, flip it again. Let me see it again. Okay, that's the color. So we were always secretly in the background, not even telling you, what was going
See,
on.
and that's the
So,
dope thing because I told him, I said, I'm gonna be honest. I said, sis is the editor. I already know if I need editing and things, yeah, I can do it, but this is her lane. She's sharp. And
Yep.
then she also will edit to how she sees, not just to
right,
the language and the grammar. I said, and you need someone to be visual because this is a visual product, so a lot of people don't edit talented like that. I
right,
said, but she got that eye.
right,
And he was like, all right, cool. I said, yeah, you right there in Greensboro. I was like, see,
right,
see if she could. So again, so it happened the way it was supposed to happen. Divine order, divine
right,
energy.
right. Tayon's a beautiful soul. You couldn't have found a more beautiful person
Oh
to.
yeah, that's the permanent illustrator right there.
Right, right,
That's the
right.
only way to do it. The only way to do it. And dag, I don't think the other picture loaded up. I wanted to talk about real quick your copper view media, but
Oh,
the
sacred
pic
path. Sacred path.
yeah, but the picture is not up here. Let me see. You might, I don't know if my camera is blocked, but let me see
I'm
real
about to
quick.
say, don't worry about it. Tell them to go to Tubi.
But yeah, while I'm looking for the picture, go ahead and you tell them where they can find it.
They can find it on Tubi. They can find it on Amazon Prime Video. They can find it on 13 other channels across the world. There's international channels as well as regular channels. But the name of the movie is called Sacred Path. Shout out to Kenneth Sir Lampkin and Corey Petty Jones, Thomas Petty Jones, who
Bang
starred
bang.
those two. Uh, those two starred in the movie. It was my husband's first esque film, and you want to talk about the film?
Yeah, go see it. It's on Amazon, Tubi. Those are like the bigger channels. It's on other channels too. But Sacred Path, independent film shot in Greensboro, North Carolina.
And it's funny, somebody tagged me last night on social media. They saw you in Terry D's film on Tubi. They're like, I'm sitting here watching Tubi and I see your hubby. And I'm like, that was like even before we got married. She couldn't believe it. She was like, for real? I was like, yeah, that was recorded. He was in that movie before we even got married.
Yeah.
Well, folks don't know. They've been doing things, they've been in the mix for a minute, you know, and just making things happen. And then
Yeah.
just two beautiful,
Cooking before we got married. Like I was
well,
independently cooking food, posting plates on Facebook, and then people pulling up and getting it. That's how I was supporting myself after I had got laid off. Um, yeah, so we both have done our individual things, but coming together like us, I think us coming together equals that crown chakra um, energy. Mm-hmm.
Indeed, like I would tell, like, even with the look, you and Jet, I think this. I was thinking about this the other day, how we all fed each other some way. When
Mm-hmm.
I would sell the dinners, the sis be like, "Wait, you making that jerk chicken?
Yeah,
You making that
yeah,
curry?" She's like,
come
"Oh, plate."
through.
Sis would get a. They would both get a plate, and then they would
Mm-hmm.
order extra meat on the side.
Yep.
When they was on, and I would be like, "You sure?" She was like, "Oh yeah, I'm coming off the fast for this."
Yep.
So when people like really enjoy your food, like that's something else too. Jap,
Mm-hmm.
he was just so comical with the. I remember he tagged me in the post the same day that y'all was there, and he literally had just left the house and took a picture and was like, "Yeah, I had to finish them," and the plate was completely
Yeah.
empty. And I swear he just took it out my
What
hand.
you do?
And
Inhale
now,
that? You inhale that?
You,
exactly.
you and
And
Jeff,
then what'd you
you
say?
and Jeff are some of the top supporters. Anybody is doing anything, have anything, the two people you can always count on is Jasper Donnell
And sunshine.
and Sunshine.
Mm-hmm.
Well,
Yep.
hey, I'm gonna tell you, and sis, you know what, sis did that when you posted me. I remember when it started. When you posted me after I went viral with the poem about Cece. From
Mm-hmm.
that open mic with Artists for Justice. Shout out to Sharita and Keisha
Rita.
McCain again. And she's what is it? Oh, after that went to Morgan's Real Rap. And you posted me, was like, yeah, check out my girl Sunshine. And literally Jap was one of the first people there that I know from y'all that
Yeah.
came that night.
Yeah.
And I was shocked. He was like, yo, he said, if sis said you was all right, I had to come check you out. So, that don't be trying to let nobody,
Yeah.
he be real. I don't want to, he gonna be like, you always digging on me. But he be like real old manish about his
Yeah.
stuff.
Oh yes, he a little man in a young body, a
And
little.
the young
I
body, cause
grew up
I
with
be
and
forgetting,
we was
like,
saying that back when we was
They
teenagers.
grew up
He
with
looked
him, and they was
he looked
calling
like an
him.
old man.
They was calling him that back when they was teenagers.
like I keep forgetting that I'm just a little older than him and Dante. Like I keep forgetting, like they are not 42.
Y'all probably around the same age.
Yeah,
I
Doc.
got a year on. I got a year on Jap and then 2 years on Dante.
Yeah,
but
yeah,
that's the same
Dante the
age.
baby.
Well,
But yeah,
it's
he not the
always
baby. But
it
yeah.
is always a pleasure. I saw where y'all gonna be. Guess what? I got some insurance.
Real fast.
So if I could get up that way, I'll be up that way tomorrow.
Yeah.
But let the people know how they can
We in
find
Newark,
you.
New Jersey. Newark. Shout out to Newark. We in Newark September the 7th. More details to come soon, but we're doing a fashion show, a copper fashion show in Newark. So if anybody's out there from Newark,
Y'all already know Jersey. I'm gonna get y'all right. Every time they be like, "Yo, they up here." Yup, they in New York. When they coming to Jersey, they gonna come. They gonna come. So I got y'all. I got y'all.
this will be our first time in Jersey, like doing anything in New
So
Jersey.
I guess I ain't going to Miami. I guess I'm going back home.
Yes. You can come to both.
Nuh-uh, because Miami is the same week.
Miami's the same week where
You said September 7th, right?
no, September 7th is Newark, New Jersey. Miami's in December.
Oh, well, no. I mean, you go.
Oh, your Miami trip
is the same week. Yep.
Oh,
I didn't officially, but it was for Carnival in Miami, September 3rd. But if y'all going home, I gotta go back home.
Oh man, no, don't let us stop your.
It'll be another one.
Yes.
Look, and if it ain't nothing here, I'll just go to the Virgin Islands.
Yeah, well, we know we need you to rip the runway.
Yeah, that's why I said you going home. Yeah, I gotta be there for that. So yeah, definitely. But yeah, let folks know. Drop all your socials, how they can find you, any more events you're gonna be at.
Vibrations, duh. Like we're Copper Vibrations on everything: Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, our website, coppervibrations.com. If you just type in Copper Vibrations, everything about us will come up. Okay, low key putting up how much money our business done made on the internet. I'm like, man, been doing too much. But if you try type in copper vibrations in Google, everything will come up. We everywhere. We out here. We're excited to serve you. We're excited to make you legacy pieces. We're no longer like jewelry is okay. Yeah, we'll make you a ring, a bracelet, a pin. But what we really are into and putting our focus in, can you hear me something? Is more,
And while you're getting something handed,
yeah,
bow. Look at this
more
piece right here.
pieces that you can put your
An infamous.
family
Who's this in the
into.
middle?
Yes, yes. He commissioned us. He commissioned him to make him another piece. It's a secret piece, but he gonna pop out with it soon. So
The
cash out to
teacher, the
cash.
master teacher, KRS-One.
Yes.
Me and the Royals got pics with them too.
So we're more apt to making more legacy pieces, pieces that can hold the memories and the lineage of your family, things that could be passed down for generations to generations. That's more of what we're into, pieces that mean something. Because the thing about crystals is crystals are recorders. They hold energy. And so when you have crystals within your family, whether it's sitting around the dining room table, whether it's in the living room over thing where you're doing spoken word, where you got it on while you're doing your podcast, that's recording that energy. And when you pass on,
Look at
leave
that
that in your
piece.
trust to the ones who come after you. You're going to carry that energy of yourself along with them, and so on and so forth. That's why this is such a beautiful art, because it's timeless pieces. These pieces won't be destroyed. They'll outlive all of us. They'll still be here. So yeah, that's what we into.
So I'm gonna bust out something. This is new to the viewers, but old to us. Remember this?
Hey.
Judo.
Yes, yes.
So
That,
that's
that's
my
a
clear
classic.
quartz.
That's a classic.
That's the classic. The detail. The detail. You can tell the difference. How much bro has grown.
Yes, I mean you had the watch band that said Queen Shine.
Yes, when he did my name in the band, man, that's crazy. But just to show a then till now,
Wow. Wow.
this brother is dope. And the more that they build with each other, that's the more power and the what we seeing is the love come out in what they produce.
Right.
You know
Yeah.
how they say that food was cooked with love?
Yeah. Fellas,
Everything they touch is with love.
fellas, you gotta plug into the right socket. No.
They don't understand. They don't understand.
Creatives go real talk, but as creatives, men or women, it's important who you connect with and who you bond with, because that energy can either stifle your creativity
Yes.
or it can amplify it and take it to new levels. So just be mindful. They looking at you like, I don't know if I want to date an artist or a poet or whatever. You need to be looking at them like, I don't know if you worthy,
There
because
you go.
that person is either going to subtract or add on to your life. And so you think about that when your art is your lifeblood, when it's the thing that you offer and you give to the world. Make sure that you are being selective about who you join yourself with.
And I want to say, a lot of people use the word starving artists. If you think about millionaires and billionaires, what do they do? What is their profession? The one, especially the black ones. A lot of times they some kind of artist.
Mm-hmm.
No, that's
Oprah's
right,
probably the only career.
Jay-Z.
Yeah,
Shell
Jay-Z.
says she loves it, and if they don't, she says she will. That's Shelly Shell.
No, right?
So
I am the
starving
messenger
artists,
9.
yeah, starving artists could become millionaires and billionaires quicker than another type of whatever career you in.
Right.
So,
The art is something
art.
that's timeless.
yeah. So this piece right here could end up being worth way, so much. This dragon, it's sad though. It'll go up once I die, but at the same time, that's magical.
That's right.
So get a piece before I go. The past
Shell
down.
said I tell folk about y'all all the time. And oh yeah, hold up, wait a minute. It is Cancer season. So first, happy belated born day to you. Happy solar return, all that good stuff, sis.
44.
That fofo out here. And happy early solar return to Shelly Shell. I am the messenger.
Hey, her
At
birthday's
midnight, it's gonna be hers. She
tomorrow.
up next.
Tomorrow, tonight at midnight, we celebrating Shelly Shell.
Yep, Shelly Shell. I am the messenger 9. At midnight, it's hers. And early also shout out because I speak about this man so much. My Uncle Mike, I call him my father. Look at that. That's the crab for cancers. Check it out. Check it out. Yeah, bro, we gonna have to talk. I need me a dope Taurus or bull or something.
I got you.
And I need another we already talked about that though, another sunshine joker. Because the sun is really shining really bright on my side.
Right. Shout out to T Walker. If the sun don't shine, I will.
I will. So Uncle Mike, his born day is July 4th. Also, shout out to our sister LV, Queen Sean, out this piece.
Trail, July 4th. Couple
Okay.
Art, Sunday, July 2nd. Couple Art. It's Cancer season.
Oh yeah, one of my best friends from back home, Crash Bandicoot. He's July 2nd. Logic, what the 2nd and the 3rd? Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, I have some brothers. I have my brother Juice on the 9th. My big bro, Malik Christopher, that y'all know. He's the Cancer. We got my nieces, my nephews, all Tay-Tay's kids. The next rain, they going up. And my Umi, I wouldn't be here if it wasn't for her incubating me. Hers is the 19th. So
yes.
And
Color Claus, my former nail tech, but I love her. The pieces should still come through. July 10th. Yep.
Yeah. So y'all Cancers, y'all up next. See,
I'm
a Taurus that don't hate. Just know when it's mine, I'm gonna take it all.
Cancer and Taurus is one of the most compatible matches, though, as far as friendships and relationships and things like that. That's the earth and the water. They need each other. So yeah.
That's right. I be trying to tell folks, you need me. You need a Taurus in your life.
Yeah, that part.
Well, it was a pleasure. It is always love being around y'all. Don't get me wrong, Queen City. I love Charlotte, but my folks is where my folks is at. So, I gotta get back up there to recharge and get stuff together because your girl is linking up with Pizza Twist, hosting the open mic, starting on the 20th of July.
Okay.
So it's going to be every Thursday. It's called Tongue Twisted Thursdays. So
in Greensboro?
Nah, it's the one down here,
okay.
Concord on Dorita Road, and then the other one is in Pineville. So
okay,
I just was asking for one. I was just asking for one night, and the brother, the owner, that he said, "Oh no, how about we do this every Thursday?" We spoke last night. He said every Wednesday they have bingo. They was packed in there, so they're vegan, halal, gluten free, and they also have a bar there too. So come through, kick your feet up. If y'all want to participate in the open mic, holla at your girl. You can reach me at 704-665-7713. You like that number, don't you? You see all them numbers in there? Them 3s don't leave me and them 7s don't leave me.
Yep. And you said it's what day?
It was the first night will be July 20th. The third Thursday.
Okay.
So those who want to participate, it will be a $10 fee. If they want to drink along with that, holla at me. I'll work it out with you. All right. So any last words y'all want to leave the people with before we cut up out of here?
Love is what's
family is business and love is law.
Family is business and love is law. I like that. I like that. Well, It's your girl Sunshine. Y'all know this is what we do here on Blast Music 24/7. Shout outs to my super producers, Veep, Elliot, and Soul Rest, aka D Ray. I love them folks. We gonna be doing some big things in the future. Keep checking us here every Friday, 7 p.m. Until otherwise. Peace and blessings, y'all.
Peace, peace.
Peace. Peace.